Okay, very well welcome. Can you hear me? It's good? Okay, so very warm welcome from our side. This is Konrad, I'm Michael, and today we have the honor to present you It Sells Itself, which is a success story. We did the project together, and yeah, I would say let's start. So the agenda. First of all, I will introduce myself and talk about BrainTech, then Konrad will introduce himself and talk about Jobst. We'll talk about the project, then the business flow. We'll point out some highlights, and in the end there is question and answer if there are some points unclear left. So, to myself, I'm Michael, I'm project leader and consultant at BrainTech. I'm a project leader since almost a little more than 1 year now, and yeah, I'm really enjoying doing projects with our dear customers. And about BrainTech, we are a gold partner acting, we have the gold certification in Switzerland, Germany and Austria. We have been 4-time best partner Europe already. We are a full service agency, so we do everything, and we focus only on Odoo, so we are dedicated 100% to Odoo. We have the most certified experts worldwide, which is quite cool. We were founded in 2000 and are Odoo partner since 2009. And yeah, we did more than 350 projects and have more than 58 employees across 16 locations in 5 different countries. And what's really cool about us, or at least in my opinion, is that 100% of our developers are from Europe.
All right, about myself. So I'm a developer and I was, I think, a freelancer for a couple of years, then founded a company that did consulting, IT consulting, and since last year I'm the CTO at Jobst. And what we are doing there is, so we're a company that was founded last year in 23, and we are located in Germany, in Mannheim, and are part of a larger investment group with which specializes also in different areas like construction, like energy, and also in us. As of last month, we are 18 employees and with a wide range of expertise, so from developers to operations and processes, and we are focusing on building software systems for bioeconomic processes. And currently we are running one project with Odoo together with BrainTech, and with 2 more projects planned within our parent group. And the project we worked on together is called Jobsti, which is our first project. So the goal of the project is to boost local economies, and we wanted to do that by building a marketplace for regional food. And the specialty is that we are doing direct marketing for local producers. So we are not owning the products, but we are just a facilitator. And we built a marketplace, a digital marketplace, and also a physical one where people can buy the products. And we're also integrating different logistics processes in there for efficient deliveries to the markets and also to our stores. And here's a short video how this looks currently like. We opened the shop in July after we finished up everything in Odoo. And you can see here is the entrance, for instance. You go in, we have a point of sale where people can buy the stuff. So the whole shop is a self-service shop where people can just go in and buy the products. And the business flow looks like this. So producers tell us what kind of things they want to sell, how much they want to sell, and then based on their supply, we estimate this, based on the demand we have in the shop, how much we order from them. Then the logistics gets everything, delivers it to an interim storage, and then from there we deliver this to the store. And we're trying to make sure that everything is presented correctly and everything is logged correctly. And in the store itself, we are trying to take care of the marketing and the payment. So for payment, we are using Molly, since we are since we are not the owner of the products, we need to be able to sell, or we need to be we need to make sure that the producers get their money correctly. And in the end, after the payout in the point of sale, everything is finished up and the producers get their bills. And additionally, if anything isn't sold, then we can send everything back. And for each part of the process, we needed to have some part of Odoo, and that's where BrainTech came in.
So, talking about BrainTech, I want to highlight 3 developments we did for Jobst so that we can display the business flow. We had to extend a little bit of the vendor price list and the replenishment mask, which is called the producer availability. Then we have, of course, this whole shop system is self-service, so the customers go and service themselves. And as you may know, version 16 does not provide the self-checkout functionality, so we had to develop that or modify that. And the hugest part of the whole project was BT-Arba. Arba stands for Automated Rule-Based Accounting. And in our case, we'll just show the use case of Jobst, but of course the module is capable of doing many, many more things. So, starting with the producer availability. That was in the end quite a small adaptation, but with a big impact. So we extended the vendor price list with the producer available quantity as well as a validity date. Why a validity date? Because of course we are selling a lot of fruits and vegetables, and seasonal availability is a topic there. And I will jump back quickly to show you the add date functionality, so you can see it in the left top corner, sorry. And this gives us the possibility to order into the future. So if we know now that we want to order stuff in July, then we can do that. And of course, because of the start and end dates of the offers of our producers, we can have different prices and so on. Of course, if we order something, the available quantity is reduced, and we cannot order more than is available, of course. And since we are just a marketplace, or Jobst is a marketplace, we never own the goods. This is really important from a legal side. And so the owner is automatically assigned. So the producer is always the owner, and we are just the marketplace. Yeah, and in the end, that's all for the replenishment. So going next to a more cool topic is the POS self-checkout. So we quite heavily adapted POS. First of all, we did a starting screen, because if you have self-service, it's quite important that there is a graphical overlay, so you can start that. We added a header and a footer, as you can see, with the contact information if something should go wrong, as well as the terms and conditions. And if we go to the next slide, we basically changed the whole layout from left to right. So products are now of the left side, and the whole logic in using the POS is on the right side. And we removed almost every functionality which comes with POS. So you have just left, you can touch the icons to pick your products, you can scan the QR code as well, a barcode as well. Then you can pay, you can abort this whole thing. We have, on the right side, you can see we have added a counter, so you can count up and down, which is more handy than typing in any letters. And you can as well search for products like this delicious carrots. Yeah, so as you can see in this video, we can add quantities, we can delete quantities, we see the price, we go to the next step. Of course, now there would be the payment process, but we skipped that for this video. What is cool in this view is German law requires you to give the customer a possibility to download the receipt without providing any contact information. And since we are sustainable, or since Jobst wants to be sustainable, we did not want to print out every receipt, so we developed the functionality to download it via QR code. So if you scan that QR code, you will instantly download the receipt. Yeah, and after the whole process, after 60 seconds, it goes back to the starting screen, or you just click it. What's special as well, I don't know if you can see it good enough, but underneath every product on the receipt, there is the vendor who sells the product. So the producer is always, we are just a marketplace. That's really important for this project, to understand that we do not own the goods at any point, because that's important for the next thing I will show you. So, as you can see, after the payment process, it's going back to the start. If we take a look at the functionality we added to POS, then you can see we have every order, and if you open the order and go into the extra information tab, you will now see the receipt, and you can also see if the receipt has been downloaded through QR or if sent by email. That's a requirement just in case somebody should tell us it's not working, so we can see it's working as well. And the other thing is we have, and that's important for the next step, for the BT-Arba part, we have a fixed customer who is buying the stuff from POS, because you have to define some customer, and it's the cash customer, sorry. Okay, and now the maybe most interesting part of that whole thing is BT-Arba. As I mentioned before, BT-Arba translates into automated rule-based accounting, and since Jobst is taking provision from the producers for being a marketplace, we have 2 rules for every vendor or producer. Here you can see the provision Jobst takes, and yeah. As I told before, I just want to show you the use case of Jobst. Of course, the module is capable of doing many more different things. I will tell you something about that in 2 minutes if you are curious what else it can do. But I will just explain the use case of Jobst. So we have a price type, it's addition by line. We could also do addition by move, or many other different things. We can add or subtract based on gross, that's important. We are always based on gross, so we do 20%. Then we have the customer, the producer ELIO-ICE, which has the ID 319, so we are filtering the domain after that ID. We have a separate journal for our producers. We can define debit and credit accounts as well as an analytic account. Here you can see use supplier partner, which would mean that he's using the customer defined in POS, but we have a second possibility to define it if we just provide a partner here. We could also define a validity date, and there are many other options, like do you want to group the moves, should we use the label from line or label it differently, use taxes from line, debit taxes and credit taxes. So in the end, that's the rule set for one rule, and so we are able to do a marketplace invoicing. Yes. Now it should switch to the next. Oh, of course. And if we take a look at one of those invoices, we have the regular invoice line, which is standard, but there is the tab Automated Bookings Preview, where you can see those 2 rule sets defined on that customer invoice, because we know the journal is ELIO-ICE. And yeah, you can see 80% goes to the producer, 20 is the commission for Jobst. And here you can see the journal items. So the bookings coming out of that whole rule system, which is quite cool. And yeah, that's something we had to develop. And I guess some of you will be curious what else the module can do. And I can highly recommend Dominik Rütti, together with Tadeusz Karpinski, developed that module, and it's coming out of their brains. And he will hold a talk on Friday about this whole topic. So if you are curious, join the talk and listen to his wise words.
All right. And since we are ourselves are also developers, we started with integrating some modules ourselves. But since we ourselves didn't have any Odoo experience before this project, so that's why we hired BrainTech to get started. And we took some of the smaller integration modules that we could handle. So the first thing that we did is that we took the official Molly Odoo module and extended it with the marketplace functionality. That means that we are splitting each of the payments into the different customers that we have, the partners that we have, and then Molly does the rest on the payment and payout side. And we are planning to ask Molly to integrate our stuff there. So currently it's only a fork of the official Molly Odoo module, but we want to get this back into the community. The second thing that we built was the integration for the electronic shelf labels. So we are trying to show the current prices, the product names, and also different things live in the shop. And we built an integration into Solum, which is the provider for the shelf labels, which automatically synchronizes Odoo inventory data directly to the shelf labels. And another module that helps with planning our assortment is our assortment management module that takes all the different supply and demand data that we have and gives our operations team an overview what's currently going on. For our partners, so for the different producers, we also provided a web app portal, and for that we built closure integrations since we are closure developers, and tried to add the first version there as well. And for our ETL processes, so we are extracting data from Odoo, we are also using the same closure library. And our next tasks would be adding intelligent operations to our setup. So having automatic replenishments with different rules for demand based on the demand and supply. Since currently we are only running one store, we are thinking about, okay, what needs to be done in Odoo to run multiple store setups, and also having a better or an optimized way how the different goods run between the different locations. And then we also want to have a mobile app that lets the customer scan their products in the shop itself. So the things that were announced at the keynote today will be very helpful for us, and that might be the next steps for us.
Yeah, and so we are happy now. If any questions should have been raised during our talk, we would love to answer them. So let's scan the QR code if you want to. It's not working, or? Okay. That's strange. Do we maybe have a microphone or something to give it to the audience?
I don't know.
Do you have a microphone for the audience maybe or something? I don't know why it's not working. I'm really sorry. Maybe come closer and just ask us directly.
Okay, if anybody has questions, you can just walk to the microphone directly. So, no? We can.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, sorry, I tested it in advance. It worked everything. I don't know why it's not getting.
Then just come out to us after the talk.
Yeah. So if there are any questions left and you don't want to come right on stage, let's just grab a coffee together and we'll answer them after the talk. Sorry for the technical problems. But many thanks for your attention.
Thank you.